Ladies and gentlemen, last night we continued with the UEFA Champions League matches, and as we all know, this match, the three of the UCL, has been blessed with a lot of goals. I mean, the various teams are just out there scoring goals because there are goals, man, for fun. And yesterday it continued with the teams like Liverpool, Chelsea, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid. It was only Real Madrid who suffered a little bit to, I mean, score a lone goal against Juventus. Anyway, we are watching from, this is Hype TV Sports, and we are here to delve into, I mean, those various games between Liverpool and Frankfurt, Chelsea, Ajax, and of course Real Madrid, Juventus. I am here with Redwan, and we are not wasting any time. We are going straight into the games. Redwan.
Uh,
So I'm starting with Real Madrid Juventus. It
yes.
seems Real Madrid was a control game, but they were struggling to create chances and of course score goals. It took Jude Bellingham to come in, I mean, score for Real Madrid.
Mm-hmm.
What went wrong?
Alternatively, Juventus visiting the Santiago de Bernabeu against Real Madrid. Sayelem ye pack blame your volley, ye the home advantage, they blame your volley. It plays its part, but not that much. Katiza Sanyi then side junction. Alternatively, Igbo Tudor, head coach for Juventus. On today club, we are forcing how good they're performing, although they're not getting the results they're expecting to be getting, especially in the Italian Serie A. Before that game against Real Madrid, they played 5 games, with 4 draws, with 1 loss. So I cannot really but a bet season one the wala draws 1 11 show buntu nyar pam kasoha ka wasa wheeler ne busato kana been about to surprise Real Madrid. But Real Madrid is Real Madrid, when it comes to the Champions League, they are the masters of that competition. So I was expecting them to get more goals, but this couldn't the new Juventus, the old ladies, we cannot write them off because we all know what they have not done before in this Champions League, man.
I mean, so the such a nerve Chara and maybe some consider Pama is the defensive record. I mean, it's
Yes,
not that good. They've considered
yes,
a lot,
yes.
especially and there were, I mean, about 2 weeks. Couple consider about 10 goals, even
Mm-hmm.
though but I'm gonna do those games. So I think that was the reason why maybe they were thinking that Real Madrid not to outscore them.
Mm-hmm. Think that's really the way the football is, man. It does not necessarily means that on consider more goals, can't meet the likes of Real Madrid, but you should expect them to concede more goals.
Okay.
They should come on. They could have also learned, their mistakes, so that they will not be able to repeat the mistakes they made previous man. So how game come on no punyal ma ye masa you in the poor man say na be sa kunyi Juventus man. Ye Igbo Tudor Osabangla on say non shan ka sabu to concede goals. But Bogo sa wish na besides be no kunya Real Madrid man, no matter what ka be nan ngero results panan ka sa non san you go from Jude Bellingham his first goal for Real Madrid this season, man. So it was a good game for both clubs, but Madrid. Madrid, both fans were probably not happy with the results they got, man, because they was also expecting to get more goals, to ginger them ahead of the weekend's A Clasico, man. So this is a chance, man. It is what it is. Mr. Could deserve a result, check out at Benabao, man.
Okay. So aside that, personally, I mean, a game to watch. I think everyone in Europe and especially Bantu monitor the English Premier League, they were watching this game. That's Liverpool versus Frankfurt, and I mean, it was away from home for Liverpool. Before game one, they went with, I mean, like Barachan about 4 games without winning those 4 games, man. And I mean, somehow besides the Frankfurt by 5 goals to 1. What a dominant performance from them anyway. So what are you guys saying again now?
This game personally, or this game actually, I was more surprised.
Surprising.
Yes, with result sharing saying, some expect Liverpool chance different for by 5 goals to 1. I never expected that result. But from for coach Bukarmo, he shouldn't be their head coach from today onwards. He has to be
So
sacked
so
with the
wait,
results they got against Liverpool.
is it because of losing against Liverpool? Pay open them up.
Opening like good, and so results Mavga is unacceptable
There are
because
someone from the Bangladesh table. Last season, my Banana United. So he's not been, I mean, on a bad run.
that's a bad run. Because seventh position last season, Mulaka ended third, seventh, so he must be sacked. Liverpool before Soha game, man,
Mm.
you know, they were winless in last four games. So Frankfurt could have used that defeat Liverpool in Yama to get some motivation to punish Liverpool at their home grounds. But they got their first goal, relax. So you know what Liverpool can do to you, you know.
Those are relaxing.
Yes, they relax. Cause but instead of relaxing, Liverpool, you know, could have not been able to get 5 goals after the goal they scored before Liverpool. Man. And you know, I have to say big shout out to Virgil van Dijk. Somehow he was on point, and also Konate, fantastic. You know, in Liverpool fans so Asia never ko hon bet somehow. Sasanye Fuashere, Onsanye Zante, Liverpool tana he go ikitiki or he got to go for Liverpool, you know, against his former club. Ka tisa Sanyo ko sabuto, you know, injubilated, you know, due to respect. Yes, on Sabara or Santo in Kawansha 7 on bet because he had respect for his former club. Marco Saku take cool. But one thing I wasn't happy was benching Mohamed Salah. Where on earth will you bench Mohamed Salah? Answer not. Mohamed Salah. The whole Africa currently he's the best player, you know, in Africa. Mohamed Salah, whether you like it or not, Lang Yele. And cannot really FIFA a cup zangla African best players list man. Salah is among the best players. Since on Kana 2019 ko Kana Liverpool, he has been dominant for the club.
Yeah, consistency.
Premier League more than 30 years. Idabuto winning ko Kana he and Mane they fought for the club. Champions League he fought for you. Club World Cup, every trophy, you know, that has to be, you know, achieved for his club. He has been able to do so for Liverpool. Then the next season I cannot start. I can't remember the now champion like I'm better man. Ka Jimmy Carragher of um that's your former legend Balaman, be your former player. Cabrera and criticize you due to his command performance shele so come learn or put up man.
Okay.
Can ask not man, you know, who depend on it for benching Mohamed Salah because I foresee that during the Anna Cabrera criticize Salah,
Or previous.
you know, or start Mohamed Salah in the game.
Or previous Champions League game against Galatasaray. Mohamed Salah that was that. At
Yes,
that time, Bravo criticized Mohamed Salah.
yes.
So that's so.
No, as not yeah. Then the Anna Jimmy Carragher you know, that yes Salah inconsistent shele on pa Myanmar. Here is also sad one,
So,
you know.
you see that whole
Because Marcella, Okunyina kind of player, so then the canal on the field of play at any moment or command, at any moment come,
yeah, he can score.
no, he can score.
Yeah.
And Dimi Pan is a bad player for you. What in your bad player? Record share in your own setra, Liverpool, man. He wouldn't have been able to do now that record, man. So, one else not, man, on Bonani have don't carry up with the decision he's trying to take, not for bench Mohamed Salah,
So okay,
you know.
when Mohamed Salah came to Liverpool, he wasn't given a lifetime contract that always so he started that club.
Yes.
No. At some certain point, Roberto Firmino was very key to Liverpool. The club was benching him for the likes of Diego Jota and of course Luis Diaz. It was not as if Roberto Firmino was poor. That Mohamed Salah issue, yes, Mohamed Salah is one of the greatest players to have ever graced a Premier League. I mean, like pitch. One day we have a good run, man. And look, there are some players you just need to bench him to go. Okay, you mind. There are a lot of things going mentally wrong with him.
Blame
Aside,
also.
eh?
What is disturbing him?
Season man no that he has granted a lot of interviews saying that he's still finding it hard to believe that maybe like a former teammate has passed on. It is all playing into it. I don't want to make excuses that maybe this one child over performer and a whole lot of that. But aside that, Arne Slot is the coach of the team.
Okay.
Whether he benches Mohamed Salah or not, it is his decision. That 4 games on lose man, he was blamed for that. I mean, loss man. It was not Mohamed Salah in the play. It was, I mean, one can't blame that mainly on.
Okay.
So if he takes a decision toward benching Mohamed Salah. It doesn't mean that Mohamed Salah is poor. Season 1, he has 2 goals, 2 assists in the Premier League alone. In the Champions League, he has a goal and an assist. So he's doing well. It's just that standard share Mohamed Salah set to Mangma. He's not meeting it. You understand? On a normal level, a player can only have almost that. I mean, in his first 10 games, especially upcoming players, they are going to praise them. But it's Mohamed Salah. We like the Zami Onye in Vosolama on Jabba criticizing our bench, and it's not benching Mohamed Salah. Every Liverpool fan out there understood why he benched him. You understand? He's not performing, and that's it. And also, he has he had a lot of chances. You understand? And unfortunately, Osabuto converted. We are not saying that Mohamed Salah is not that bad, or Mohamed Salah is a bad player. If a player is not having a good form, you might like at certain point you might just bench him. You understand? Like the same is happening to Alexis McAllister and Co. He's not having a good form right now. The best thing is to bench him.
But McAllister is not near to Mohamed Salah.
I'm not saying Mohamed Salah is not near to him, but last season Alexis McAllister would have been a PFA players team squad map. He was a crucial player.
So it means
he's not matching up the standard match. If a player is not performing for the coach, when they expect to know performance, he has the right to bench him. It's not because of playing out not bad or something like that. But anyway, on the game Frankfurt, Liverpool they were very composed. You understand? How Benz conceded one match. It was not as if they conceded, but they were very composed on the ball, on and off the ball. They were very composed. They were progressing passes, and all players performed. On the pitch, starting 11 match, it was only from maybe unfortunately Musapika maybe Alexander Isak, but all the players in the Florian Wirtz, Curtis Jones, and all players up there, they were very composed and they got the win. It was not look. Frankfurt, they are not defensively. You understand? Normally, season 1, they are not defensively. Even though 7 cup there, but defensively, they are not. So if Liverpool is able to beat them by 5 goals to 1, it's not so it's nothing to be surprised about. Maybe actually in lose 4 games, but otherwise it doesn't matter. That's the win, and it is a good win for the club. And I can assure you that they will pick it up going. So it's just that Mohamed Salah benching him is good for him.
So you Liverpool fans out there, you are telling us that if Liverpool were not able to win against Frankfurt, you wouldn't have criticized and snubbed for benching Mohamed Salah.
So on that bench against Galatasaray, no one blame him for benching Mohamed
No,
Salah.
at that time, that way chang with that 4 matches of losing man. So then
before that, I saw a loss against Crystal Palace. And he was, bad.
And that was the first loss for you, yes.
So wait, if Mohamed Salah is crucial to Liverpool, can Olusi or previous game going into that game, you will expect him to start his best player. But he benched him. Benching Mohamed Salah doesn't mean that Mohamed Salah is not good enough or maybe underrated Mohamed Salah.
He's underrating him because only if he wasn't underrating him, Liverpool, the club itself shouldn't have, giving him the contract extension in the first place.
So, Kevin De Bruyne, last 2 seasons, there were some situations that he was benched. Doesn't mean that Pep, like what happened, how crucial to Pep Guardiola.
Because of injury records, Guardiola. It was because of that. Because of that, could have been true.
There are some situations, player when they will perform, you need to bench him. He benched him not because of Obetrasco. Look, he has made Operation Mohamed Salah. Every interview he makes, he's saying that Mohamed Salah look, last season, Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday, he was playing all the games, almost every games for Liverpool. There were games that he didn't perform. You understand? It doesn't mean that when they bench you, like he's poor. It doesn't mean that, or it doesn't mean that look, as a coach, going into Liverpool, you're not going to take Liverpool job, man. There are key 3 players in that squad. Always you must look up, and that's Alisson Becker, Virgil van Dijk, and Mohamed Salah. Those are the players he's always presenting in the squad. So if he benches Mohamed Salah and give us the reason why he has benched him, it doesn't mean that Obe Trasco. Even on the slot, maybe or now that season when I think that and Slot was one of the people who were saying that we need him in the squad. So him benching him doesn't mean that maybe table transfer or something like that. But I said that come on man, that was a right thing to do. If a player is not that performing, you should bench him. Unlike other players, you understand there are players who are not
Okay.
performing for their club. They need to take the bench for a while. It doesn't mean that no Meshate club might be forgetting and a whole lot of stuff. Mohamed Salah is one of the greatest players who have ever graced the Premier League pitch. And benching him doesn't mean that Coach Wagner transfer maybe he's a bad player. He's not
Okay.
just living up to expectations we Liverpool fans want from him. So that's
Okay. Shoti la team up, katinga jelema the intention nzantinga. So
be, before go current money, it was already a successful team.
come down successful. What was winning at Denmark?
Before Mohamed Salah,
Yes.
Liverpool Male
By that one. La 18 ma. When was the last time he that win before Mohamed Salah?
Look, look.
That's the case here.
Sanma, if I'm going to count two players from Liverpool, there are greater players than him. You understand?
Who and who? Count them.
In Liverpool, we have Iron Rush in there. We have Steven Gerrard in there. We have Kenneth Dalglish in there. We have the whole lot of legends.
So, why not to Liverpool? Casilla, but not to Liverpool.
So we have.
Just tell me. Yeah.
Alan Hansen, who has won about 10 league titles for Liverpool. Mohamed Salah he has won only. I am not here to.
So we need two ma. No. So we need two ma. Last two ma. I don't be able to reduce me.
No, it has added. But no one here Shamia.
Come on, small girl. Champions for that win until Liverpool. Champions League.
Alan Hansen won about 3 European trophies for Liverpool.
Yeah, Champions League.
It is out there. Man, European trophies, man. Champions League, that's it. Liverpool
Be that man have called that win is anting here.
Liverpool had 6 UEFA Champions League. Mohamed Salah has only won 1. Baker, Alan Hansen has won about 2, 3. He has not like 1 less. That's Alan Hansen. A lot of people don't know him, but he's part of Liverpool legends. You understand? It's just that current football watchers, man. Like what Mohamed Salah has done, man. It has wiped some of
it's unacceptable. Then he's doing crazy things. Then check out Nero Zabio Nima.
Crazy things, but look, Steven Gerrard cannot be forgetting in Liverpool he was part of the.
But also we are Premier League in Zantinya.
No, Raptor win by Champions League. Steven Gerrard.
So Salah is better than him to me because he won Premier League for you for more than 30 years. So in that scenario, Salah is better than Steven Gerrard when it comes to that aspect.
Maybe and to yell because to me if I'm ranking.
Don't kunye shamba.
If I'm ranking legends.
Yes, no kunye shamba.
I'll rank Salah over Gerrard. But
yeah, don't kunye shamba.
Mohamed Salah, is a poor player. I want to sit down here and maybe underplay what the likes of Alan Hansen, Iron Rush and who did for Liverpool. And I'll not underplay what Mohamed Salah has also done. But benching Mohamed Salah doesn't mean that they don't trust him. He will forever be a legend of Liverpool. That's it. He's the top he's the top scorer for Liverpool in the Premier League. He's the top scorer for Liverpool in the Champions League. What he has done will never be forgotten. So if his bench doesn't mean that he's just a normal player or maybe team they don't trust him. Be trust or contract. You understand? That's it out there. So out there, man, Mohamed Salah is a legend of the club, and benching him doesn't mean that maybe Tukuju or Coach Man he doesn't trust.
Okay.
And now for Liverpool, another game that it gave us a lot of results in the UCL was Ajax versus Chelsea, and Chelsea trashed them by 5 goals to 1, even though Ajax was down by red card. But before that game, it seems players they are not checking on be discipline because this match they threatened red cards. Should we be worried?
We should not be worried because as far as Kabwelo Kubianwa, there must be discipline. And the discipline is, if you don't do the right thing, you must be punished by either getting a yellow card or a red card, and that is a lesson for you to learn in the next game. When you are back from the suspension or the punishment. So some game, we're very happy for Chelsea for that emphatic win over Ajax. Aya season no, they're not in their better form, especially in the Eredivisie. So then Tanaka against Chelsea the Blues, and we all know for the last 7 months, Chelsea Yalaban lose one against Bayern Munich in
Okay.
the Champions League. So Dimizasa records Chelsea was fortunate that Karsanyala Ayas and Sanyala record na Karsapa Banche. So it was a very good news for Chelsea, because Busato unsustainable man kasa utunya record Kanyala Ayas and Sanyala record. But after the record, we also saw how Manyama got the first goal for Manchester, and after that, Moses Caicedo, Sakam Yaro, currently he's the best defensive midfielder in the Premier League. Chelsea Dabo Babu Larabi and Dana Cabrachan Brighton that to do for 105 not to 50 million euros, man. And also Enzo Fernandez, very fantastic, central midfielder. So, some opportunity, no D2 penalties. This Jimmy, if Kopama is not on the page, you know.
Yeah, he's
He is the
that's
second penalty taker. So Osanya first penalty, Kasato converted into Chelsea, and Chelsea got another penalty. Kosato non in Sazante Estevao, that young Brazilian, and Kogasato Komansadi, of first Champions League goals ante Chelsea, Kasanyo and Sharon Sacheka, no super Pam non Zante, La player forgetting his first Champions League goal for Chelsea at the Stamford Bridge. So Chelsea played a lot of good football at the Stamford Bridge for the supporters. And also the 11 Shade in Cheka can find on a better position of the Champions League. I want to really learn between the quick qualification for the Champions League, and not going for playoffs. So in all, Chelsea deserved that emphatic win against Ajax yesterday, man. And Kadenya Benshao, the Nyambone ahead of Bennes game in the Carabao Cup. So in all, Chelsea deserved that win yesterday at the Stamford Bridge, man.
so man, I don't hear this on your coach man, and so Medeska because
Mm-hmm.
he has really managed the team very well. You understand? Some months ago, a lot of Chelsea fans were mad at him and they were calling him that. I mean, he should leave. But aside that, he has really vindicated. I mean, he stayed by giving them two trophies and of course, like winning games even without a key player on the pitch. But it just tells you the dynamism of Chelsea squad, right? Because I will make a lot of like a lot of rotations, but it doesn't seem to go affect the whole gameplay. Every player he brings on gives his, I mean, like best for the team, and it tells you that if they really try, but though maybe competing for even both Premier League and Champions League, man, I mean, try to win. So close to Enzo Maresca, and always like and one of Oda is a Marco Nyam. He always, I mean, like play his position according to, I mean, being kind of with a position, you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Or like he has the flexibility of rotating Osparma and a whole lot of things. So I mean, it was an like exciting game to watch, and you can't afford to get a red card against the Chelsea side. You understand? Hungry Chelsea fan like side to be specific. So it was a game for I mean, like for the coach to, I mean, really prove to why he has been winning his previous games, even without his, I mean, okay players, man. So this is, I mean, Champions League games, so this and of course Bayern Munich was a winner again, 4-2, and I mean, Hurricane won once again on the score sheet, and like I'm just always saying that Hurricane people should watch out. I mean, he might shock the world by winning the next Ballon d'Or, but aside that, it was, I mean, entertaining Champions League nights as we all expect from the Champions League. So games are done sakona mbala, and I mean Redwan kusanga katisang and of course we always expect the footballers or the football teams to always entertain us. That's, I mean, our job as football consumers and of course football watchers. So subscribe to the channel, put us on post notifications, and of course follow us on all our social media handles, and I mean put us on post notifications, and of course you'll be alerted whenever a new video is, I mean, uploaded or dropped. We are out.